Building God's house requires giving our resources. Pastor Todd here with the devotional for January 7th. These people had just returned to the land, which meant giving up their source of income in Babylon and thus making a 4-month trek into a land that had no crops waiting to be harvested and no jobs or economy. Surely most of them were not wealthy after 50, 70 years in captivity. But when they saw that the house of God was a pile of rubble, they gave money, food, drink, and oil for the labor and materials to rebuild the temple. Building God's house requires money. Your willingness to give and the proportion that you give are perhaps the best indicators that Jesus is Lord of your heart. If statistics mean anything, the modern evangelical church is not living under the lordship of Christ. Lee Anderson, in his book Leadership That Works, cites these statistics. In churches whose sole stewardship method is receiving offerings and people base their decision on a dollar amount without writing it on paper and turning it in annually, attendees give an average of 1.5% of their incomes. In churches that ask people to annually write on a card and turn in a dollar amount based on a budget goal, parishioners give an average of 2.9% of their incomes. In churches that ask people to annually write on a card and turn in a dollar amount based on a percentage of their incomes, attendees give an average of 4.6%. Among all denominations, 63% of pastors give at least 10% of their before taxes income, yet 1 out of 3 does not tell their congregations, thereby missing a great influence opportunity. 2 Corinthians 9:7 tells us God loves a cheerful giver. The verse doesn't specify a recommended percentage to give, but says that each person must decide how much to give. That decision should not be made out of guilt or compulsion. Has God given generously to you? Are you, in turn, giving generously to Him?